everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we're going to be going through some of the new releases and talking about the things that are worth picking up and maybe some of the things that really aren't. So let's go ahead and dive in. You know, the last couple weeks, this will be going up, let's see, the second week of January, somewhere about that. There's been a huge deluge of new releases from Chanel and Dior. Charlotte Tilbury came out with new foundation. The Pat McGrath Bridgerton collection is finally being shipped out. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on. So what I thought I would do, I've done some videos showing you the new Chanel collection, one of the new Chanel collections, some of the Dior. I will have something up on the Chanel number one collection, but one, I wanted to take my time going through the other collections first. Two, I want to go in store to try the skincare line. So I will have the foundation and the lip and cheek before that, but the skincare products I want to actually go in store and try out and see what I think about the smell and a whole bunch of other things. So that'll come later. You know, with skincare, I always try to be more, makeup to me is fun, you know, it's enjoyable, you can just play around with it. Skincare though, at least at my age, far more serious about my skincare. I will have the, what I'm calling the Comet collection, the two blushes and the velvet lips. I'll have that for you guys. That'll be coming soon. And of course the Pat McGrath Bridgerton collection as well. But today I wanted to go over the Dior and Chanel that I've already reviewed and the Charlotte Tilbury. What I have on my face today is the Dior Glow foundation. This is the new one that is clean, and I have this in 1N. And what I would say to you all is that of the two foundations, the Glow and the Matte, I like the Matte far more. This Glow foundation does not look glowy at all. Now, I have very dry skin. Just for anybody who hasn't watched me before, my skin is very dry. I'm 49, about to be 50 in a couple months. And my skin is dry and of course, you know, more mature. So I don't have as much elasticity in my skin anymore. And honestly, I don't think the Glow foundation really looks good. You know, maybe I'm using it wrong, but I don't think it looks glowy. And like I said, my skin's dry, so, you know, glow is hard to achieve on my skin, but honestly, I'm just not impressed with it. So, I do have a bottle of it coming in 1.5 that I had ordered. I'm going to be bringing it back and I'll pick up something else. I won't open it. I'll just, you know, bring it back and get something else. But I did order the matte foundation, and that's on its way to me. Shipping has just been terrible lately, but I will, you know, have a full bottle of it. The review I did was from a sample, but I absolutely love that foundation. I used it twice. There's enough in the sample to use it twice, and it looks great. It looks really good on my skin. It didn't look matte at all. I mean, it looked like a velvet matte. It wore extremely well. I did some pictures at like the 7-hour mark. It looked fantastic. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, I intend to use that foundation a lot. I ended up being 1N. The 1N is actually, I think, a pretty good match. I often in Dior wore 1.5N or 1CR. I don't know if it's because this foundation is just different. Like the shades are a little bit different. When I looked at the Charlotte Tilbury color, I mean the Dior color match, it did seem that it was slightly different, but you know, who knows? So I would say in this one, I'm definitely a 1N. If you're a similar color story to me, I think a 1CR would probably work as well. I'm not saying it won't. If you saw the review I did of the Charlotte Tilbury, which I'll get to in a minute, you'll notice that even that one is a little bit warmer, more neutral, like this one. And most of my other foundations are more peachy or more pink. So although the Dior 1N is definitely not a cool tone, I think it actually looks really good with my neck. So I think the 1N is good. So of the two new Dior foundations, I know they're reformulated, they're not technically new. I would absolutely hands down recommend the matte, but I can't really recommend the Skin Glow. And honestly, that's odd for me to say, but I don't like it. The Dior foundation that I do like is the Natural Nude. That one I have actually in 1.5, and I really like that foundation. I think it looks really pretty on. It gives me like a natural glowy finish, and I really like it. But the Skin Glow, I just, at least from the samples, and I'm wearing it now, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look at all glowy. Like it just looks, I don't know, it looks kind of dull. So of the Dior foundations, I recommend the matte one. And then if we get to the rest of the Dior, we're going to start putting some of this on. The Dior Quints and the Dior Trios, the pink and the peach. They're in the quads, in the Quints and the Trios, there's like a pink version and a peachy version. They're all excellent. I did a video where I compared the Trio to the Quint in the pink shades, and I think you can see they're actually quite similar. They work well together. My favorite of all of the eyeshadows that came out from Dior, the 4 that I have, is the Popeline, which is surprising to say the least, but it's a beautiful, beautiful Quint, and they did a really good job with it, and I don't know, I just think it works really, really well. This shade in the middle, this pink shade, is a very opalescent pink, and it's really beautiful on the eye. It looks gorgeous. This shade, this brown shade, is this brown shade is what I'm going to use today so you guys can see it, because I talked about it in my video about how it's just a really pretty shade, but you don't really get to spend a lot of time with it because the pink overwhelms it. So I'm going to put that on so you can see it, and then we'll move on to some of the other Dior things before we move over to Chanel, Charlotte Tilbury, and Burberry as well. All right, so the brown shade, it's a very cool brown shade, satiny shade, is on most of my eye, and then I just have a little bit of that light pink, the middle pink, on my eyelid. And you can just see how pretty that is. It's a very simple look, but it's just really nice, and I really am just incredibly impressed with that Quint and have been using it a lot because I really think it's quite beautiful. The next thing in the Dior collection I want to mention is something that I really dislike, like a lot. And that's the Mineral Glow loose powder. I don't know what happened here, and I don't know if maybe mine is like broken, or I don't know what's happening, but all this comes out, and I'm gonna dump it upside down just like so you can see. I'm literally gonna go like this. The only thing that I get on my powder puff is glitter, just pure glitter. And I'm not gonna put it on my face because honestly, I don't want this on my face again. But you can kind of see it a little bit in the light. It really just, you have to see it like in natural light, but it's just pure glitter. That's all I get from this. And I don't know why anyone would want that. Again, I mentioned like maybe if you were putting it on your décolletage or like, you know, your collarbone here and you wanted to have like a, you know, glitter when you're going out for a special night out or something. I kind of get that, but if you look at, this is the Lavender Powder from Dior and this is the Mineral Glow. They look very similar online. I thought it was like maybe a different type of lavender powder, but it is not. And unless you want a bunch of glitter all over your face and all over everything else because it just transfers, I would strongly suggest not to pick that up. Again, don't know. But I see myself using that either never, or like I said, for some special event where I want to have glitter. I probably wouldn't put it on my face. I'd probably put it like here. So anyway, yeah, that's terrible. Okay, so you know, everything's not a knock out of the park. Next in Dior is the lip, the cheek, I think they call it a cheek stick. I'll have to make sure the name's down below, but the shade is Rose Glow. And it's just, I'm sorry, I have to deal with the glitter that's on my hand now. But it's literally like the Chanel bombs, and we'll get to Chanel in a minute, but for the face, the Essential Bombs. It's a really bright poppy pink, but it doesn't really look like that when it's on your face. It just looks like a really pretty, healthy glow. It's very light pink, so this one I would say matches the Rose Mineral and the Popeline, but I think you could use it with the Organza or the Peach Glow. I just think it has more of that pink. There is another shade of this that I think looked more like clear, but I ended up going with the rose one, and I absolutely love it. I think it imparts the exact kind of pink healthy glow that you want. It's pretty natural, so if you just want a quote natural glow, you don't want a lot of makeup, I think that's perfect. I really love it for my skin tone. I also think it's just literally perfect. And to go along with that is the blush, the powder blush. And this is in Rose Dentelle. Again, this is the same, almost the exact same shade, if you will, as the stick. But it's, of course, the powder. And it just is just like a beautiful sheen. So what I've been doing when I want a little more blush is I put it on over the stick. And one, I feel like it stays longer that way. And I think it just gives a beautiful sheen, a beautiful glow. Now the powder itself does that by itself. If you watch my video, you'll see that. But I think it's even better with the stick underneath. I just think it gives this gorgeous glow. And you don't even need a highlighter. It just, I mean, I love the blush combination, the stick and the powder. And I love them both separately. So I would strongly encourage you, if you're interested in that, if that's something you were thinking about picking up, they're definitely worth it. Unlike the powder. Sorry, but it still annoys me. I don't know what that is. Staying with Dior, let's get to the lips. So they came out with different lip balms, a whole bunch of different shades in lip balms. And they also came out with the new look packaging. There's a balm that comes in this called New Rose, and then there's shades that come in this. I picked up Icon in Velvet and Incandescent in Satin, which I absolutely love. Not new shades, but absolutely love them. And I think the packaging is gorgeous. If you're somebody who really likes to collect packaging and this is your thing, and you like that, I would strongly encourage you to pick them up because they are refillable. So you can keep the packaging forever and put whatever lipsticks you like in there, which I think is, you know, I think that's great. I think I picked up 3 of them, 3 different, you know, packages like this. The one in here that is limited edition in not only this packaging, but as a shade, from what I understand, is the New Rose. That's the balm. And that's what this is. I absolutely love this thing. I mean, I do. It's like my favorite. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade of rose. Rosewood though, because it has a little bit of brown in it. It's perfect. I bought 2 of them, and I bought 2 of them because I love it so much, and I found out that it was limited edition, the shade, and so I bought it. Now I put a notice up on IG about that because it seems to go out of stock and come back in stock. I don't know how many are made. I have no clue. So it's possible that that will sell out and there won't be more, or maybe Dior will notice that everybody seems to love it and they'll have a whole bunch of them. I don't know what to say about that, but it's absolutely stunning. I'll put the lips on at the end because I want to show you some other lips. Mineral Peach is another shade that I picked up some of the new lip balm shades as well, but I also want to show you, here we go, Mineral Peach. So there was a Mineral Peach to go with the Organza and the Pink Glow in the trio. And then there was a Rose shade as well. I did not pick up the Rose shade. I am tempted to do so because I thought it might be too pink. But the thing is about Mineral Peach, it's sheer. It's like a lip balm. So if that's true of the Rose shade, then I think it would be worth picking up. So I'm gonna check that out. I did do a video with all of these guys, so you'll get to see them in that. But I would say, you know, any of the lip balms I think are excellent. I love the way they feel. I'm a big lip balm person. I like there to be some pigment to it though. I don't really like the Hermes ones because for me, there isn't any pigment and that bugs me. But these are stunning. And the New Rose, not only do I strongly encourage you to pick it up, but if you like that shade at all, buy more than one. And I don't ever say things like that. I'm not the person here to be like, look, everything's on sale, go buy it. I don't believe that. I believe you have to be, I have a channel, so I'm trying to show all this to you. But if you're just a beauty aficionado, you can't buy everything. Nobody can. And you shouldn't. It's not healthy. But that is just a great product. I mean, it feels great, it looks great, it leaves behind a stain. I love that. And the packaging I think is just stunning. So that one is like, that would be like my favorite thing. I very much doubt anything's going to top that this year. Let me put it to you that way. And it's only like January 5th or 6th or whatever the heck the day it is. Okay, so just knock it out of the park. So Dior, in the collection that I have from Dior and everything that I have from Dior, I think did a really good job, and I would give them an A for this spring summer collection. The thing I don't have is the Miss Dior palette. It is available in the UK, and you can buy it. Tavia, who has personal shopping services, you can buy it from her. The problem is you can't ship the nail polish, because nail polish, there's a whole thing about, you know, what they can ship. So if you buy it, you can't get the nail polish. And I wouldn't want it without that, because I just think the nail polish is cool because it's like this silver glitter thing, and I just want everything in it. So my hope is that it comes to the US. If it doesn't, you know, I'll live. But I do think it's cute, and I would like to purchase it if it comes here. So that is the entire Dior as it stands right now. I think that's everything. I didn't get the pink version of the, you know, the mineral peach, the mineral rose, but I picked up one thing from everything they had. So I think that's the entire collection, unless they bring out more. So like I said, I'd give it an A. Chanel. So Chanel, I don't have everything. I just have was it La Poudre or something like that is the actual name of the collection. But I, of course, I'm calling it Mediterranean because I'm terrible at French, and Mediterranean I can pronounce. It's the Italian in me. So I love the, quote, Mediterranean collection. I think the Mediterranean quad is stunning. I've done several videos with it. Absolutely love it. I think it's definitely worth getting, and I am thinking about putting it in the 5,000 subscriber giveaway because I absolutely love it. I think the colors are stunning. I like it better with the lac underneath. When I first used it a couple months ago, I was kind of like, you know, it's okay. But when I've been using it more and more, and I've been putting like a liquid underneath, the Sydney Grace ones I've been using as well. I will tell you guys, I don't have the Lisa Eldridge ones. Every one of you has been telling me I should buy them. So that's on my list to buy, to try it out with that. But I think it's phenomenal. It's a great quad. So I am going to pick up that. The blushes that came in that collection. Now again, these aren't the Comet blushes. I don't have those yet. I don't know where everything is. I bought them forever ago. They're just not here yet. There's the peach and the maroon. This is the maroon. Now, as you can see, this is deep. And if you watched my video, and I'll just watch it here again, this is a really deep blush, which I think is awesome because let's face it, Chanel doesn't always hit it out of the park when it comes to having a wide variety of shades and depths. So I'm really glad that they did this. However, it is deep for me. I am a pale person. So what I've been doing, I do take my Tom Ford brush, my trusty Tom Ford brush, and I've been kind of using it. You can see my roots are terrible. I've kind of been using it, like stamping it like more around my hairline, because actually it's about the color of my hair, which is kind of interesting. And then I like take the rest of it and then start using it as like a bronzer. So I take the brunt of it first against my hairline where it literally matches. And then as some of the pigment wears off, because I've, you know, pushed it into the line, then I use it as bronzer on my face, and it's working really, really well. So this, you know, is a really beautiful blush, and for me, it works as a really good bronzer as long as I'm careful about how I use it. I cannot just dip my brush into this pan and put it all over my face. I actually tried that just to see what would happen, and it's not pretty. It does not look good. Looks like you think it would look. It's stark. It's not nice. But as a bronzer, it looks. I think it looks beautiful. I absolutely love it as bronzer. So, and the Pesh shade is beautiful as well. Again, very pigmented. But I really like those two blushes. I think Chanel did an excellent job with them. They are illuminating blushes, so they have, you know, some sheen to them, but not too much. They're just stunning. Great job. So the eyeshadow quad, the blushes, stunning. The stick, which is, you know, similar looking to the Dior, is really pretty. And when you put it on the back of your hand, you can see I'm very pale again. So it's a light peach. It's really nice. I think the shade is Someone told me how to say this. Oh, it was Ensolaye or something like that. I'm so sorry. I know someone told me how to say it, but anyway. This is too balmy for me. And I know that sounds odd because, as we've discussed, my skin is so dry, but it just does not dry down. I've tried like putting powder over it. I've tried a lot of things and it just never fully dries down on my skin. And you know, it could be because my skin is older. I don't know, but I think for now I'm done with the essential balms from Chanel because I've tried a whole bunch and none of them have been, they've not worked for me. But the Dior one I love, and the Westman Atelier ones I love. So the Dior one, the stick, I would honestly say I can't recommend it. If you really love it, that's great. It's the same formula as the ones that have come out in the past, and this shade is very pretty, but I can't recommend it because it just doesn't work for me. I don't know why, but it doesn't. The Chanel balms. I can hear myself and I'm like, it sounds like balm. All really nice shades. They're great. They're shiny. They're balmy. I am going to do a comparison video with the Dior's and some others. 914 is my favorite. Not a shock if you watched me. It's like a brownie pink. It's really pretty. I think it has like a great sheen to it. And I will show you when you put it next to 728, which is the new rose, it's warmer than the new rose. Here's the Chanel 914 and here's the Dior 928. I'd also say I think the Dior has a little more pigment and I think the sheen is about the same for the two balms. Not super shiny, but really pretty. Not like the Cocoa Blooms. Those are much shinier. These are more like balms. They are balms, and I think really, really beautiful. So I think Chanel did a wonderful job with the balms. I think they're all beautiful. I didn't pick up all three. 7, 8, I don't know how many there were. I picked up 3 of them. I'm happy with the ones that I picked up. I picked up Fall For Me, Flirty Coral, and Natural Charm, which is 914, which is my favorite. But you know, these are expensive lip balms. I love expensive lip balms. That's just my thing. I like them. I enjoy them. But I want to caution everybody for the Dior and for these. They, yes, they do leave a stain behind, which I do like, and the Dior and Chanel both do it. But it's light and it does wear off, and these aren't going to be mask proof. Never said they would be. In the name themselves, I think explains what they are. And the Comet collection, the 2 blushes and the Velvet Lips, I should have had days ago, but they're not here yet. I will do a review as soon as I have them. And then the number 1 collection, I did order the foundation and the lip cheek. Again, should have been here days ago. I will do a review on those. The skincare, as I said in the beginning, I need to test that out. But I will have a review for you after I'm going to decide what I'm going to pick up in the store, and then I'll use them and let you know what I think. Okay, so Charlotte Tilbury, the foundation. This is awesome. This is an awesome foundation. This is the only again, it's like the Dior New Rose. I am flabbergasted. This is awesome. It's great. It wears well. It looks beautiful. I love the finish. It looks dewy, but not too dewy. It wears. I don't know what I have never liked, really, a Charlotte Tilbury foundation. Ever. And I would even say, I hate some of her foundations. I'm sorry. I'm only apologizing to the people out there who really love this stuff and they watch me and they feel like bad. I'm not apologizing for my opinion. My opinion is my opinion. I feel bad that if you then feel bad, please don't. It's just something I don't like. But I've never liked a Charlotte Tilbury foundation. The Wonder Glow foundation, I think it's Wonder Glow foundation, not the primer, but the foundation. It's more like a tinted moisturizer, a tinted glow. I love that, actually. That's great. But the foundations that she's had, they've all just been terrible on me. I wanted to like them because I love Charlotte Tilbury, but oh, they were awful. So when this came out, I was excited because it reminded me, at least in the way that it looked in the tube, of the Estee Lauder and Fenty, which I did a review on. I showed you the similarities, and it is similar. It's very similar, actually. So I absolutely love this. I bought it in 2 Neutral, which I think works really well for me. I think it's a good match. I have 3 Cool coming. Again, should have been here weeks ago. Don't know where it is. Days ago, not weeks ago. And as soon as I have the 3 Cool, I'll show you the difference between the 2 shades. I'll do half and half on the face, and you can tell me what you like better. It may be very obvious or not. We'll have to see. But I would honestly tell you that it's absolutely excellent. It's a great product and totally worth picking up. So last but not least, Burberry. Burberry kind of didn't get mentioned because it came out right around Christmas, right around the holidays. And I did pick it up, but I didn't do a review on it because it's actually in my Christmas video vlog. I'm wearing it. And I do talk about it a little bit in that video and talk about how pretty it is. And I can tell you that if you want me to do an actual review of it, like a tutorial or whatever, I will. But this blush is really gorgeous. It's very similar to the Rose Dentel. It's like a very light pink. I'll do another swatch of it. And it is really, really nice. It looks beautiful on the skin. I love the Burberry face products. The Runway palette from last year, the Essentials palette, just love them. And the highlighter is gorgeous in here too. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a highlighter on my face today because I already have on blush and bronzer. So I'm gonna do the highlighter. I wanna show it to you really quickly. And the blush in Dior, you don't really need a highlighter, frankly, but I wanna show you this because it is such a beautiful highlighter that I like to use it kind of targeted just when I want like a specific glow. Look at that. It's really beautiful. I really love this. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful face palette. And the eyeshadows in here are great. They're really beautiful. This creates a really gorgeous look. If you go back and look at my Christmas vlog, you'll see I'm wearing the shades. It's really pretty. The gold that's in here for the eye, look at that. I mean, you can wear it as a highlighter too. It's stunning. If I didn't already have on a very cool look, I would do this. It's beautiful. And the lip that goes along with it. Now, there was a bunch of shades. These are the, I want to make sure I get the name right, Burberry Kisses lipstick, Kisses Pearl. And I picked this up in Delicate Rose. And I just really like this lipstick. It's what's the best way to describe it? It's a satin, but it's like delicate, well, Delicate Rose, but it's like a delicate lip. It's just really pretty. I really, really love this. And this is the only shade I picked up, but I've worn it a lot of Zoom calls. I really think it's pretty. And I think the packaging on this I think Burberry did a really good job. I think it's really just, the aesthetic is really, really nice. And for me, if you're gonna spend that extra money on a Burberry, Dior, Chanel, whatever, I think packaging is important. I think it does need to meet your expectations. And I think Burberry did that. So what I'm gonna do is curl my lashes, put on a little bit of mascara, finish it up with the new Rose, of course. And then we'll just get to final thoughts, just wrap things up really quickly. Okay, total look, all the products used. Honestly, guys, I think the last couple of releases have been excellent. I'm very impressed with the Chanel and Dior and the Charlotte Tilbury and the Burberry. I think there's a lot of great products, but don't feel the need to run out and get everything. A lot of these things are gonna be around for a while, hopefully. And you know, I think hopefully today, some of the suggestions I've made and some of my thoughts have helped you kind of pick through all of these things that have all come out all at once, it feels. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.